I planted in these little pots the white queen Caladium. So I'm going to take 3 of them and put them in the front garden. I've already planted in 2 of the Caladiums, one in this spot here and one over there, and I've marked them so that I'll know where to find it. And I have this one now that I'm going to put right here in this spot. So it'll flank this corner. As I come out from the car, I'll get to see it. Are these ladybugs? I hope so, because my plum trees have been covered by aphids and other bugs, and I'm hoping that these beneficial insects are eating them up now. Hello and good morning and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. It's so good to be here with you out in the garden. It's a little chilly this morning, but it's still a beautiful day. And so I want to recap some of the things that I've been doing and actually start to do some other things. So come around with me in the garden and let's look at what is growing and what has changed and what has been improving here and getting larger and lusher in the garden. It's amazing how we went from 91 degrees and now we're going into the 60s here in the garden, but yet it's good for the garden, it's good for the roses. They get a chance to breathe and relax. And my roses are now fading out, but other things are coming in, and to be mindful of that. How is your garden growing? How is it changing? Making sure that you do and take the time to observe and walk around the garden and see how it is expanding and getting better and better and better. Weeding is so important at this time, and also cutting back things so that it'll be lush and full. I found myself pulling out different things that have grown that before were fine in the spring garden, but now with the summer coming on, I don't want them to be there anymore, so I've been pulling them out. And then now I'm looking forward to the Caladiums coming in, so I'm going to be planting them in larger pots and thinking of putting them in strategic places in the garden to add more summer color, along with the daylilies that have been blooming. My daylilies, my Stella d'Oro daylilies, are opening up. It's so beautiful, yes. And the other things are growing as well, especially in the front garden. And I'm just excited about this summer season that we are moving into. I planted in these little pots the white queen Caladium. So I'm going to take 3 of them and put them in the front garden. I want to see how they handle it. It says sunshade, so I think it will do fine there. And I also want to try it in with different conditions, directly planting it in the ground versus planting it in a pot. So come with me as we go there and plant them in. The white queen Caladium. I've already planted in 2 of the Caladiums, one in this spot here and one over there, and I've marked them so that I'll know where to find it. And I have this one now that I'm going to put right here in this spot. So it'll flank this corner. As I come out from the car, I'll get to see it. And not much deeper than the pot itself. Let's test it out and see how deep that is, because I want to do it just this same level as the pot, the dirt in the pot. Let's see if I can do this one-handedly.
Oh, so this is good. We start to see some roots there coming. So that's a good sign. And I'm going to just try and press it in. I could feel the bulb right there. And I'm just going to surround it here like that. And then I'm going to mark it so I'll remember where I planted it. Right. So I think that's going to look really cute there. And next to it I have this is kale, curly leaf kale that's growing in here. And my hope is to kind of intersperse that as they grow bigger. These are from seed. And then I also have this white petunia here, which I'm expecting to grow out as well with the begonias. So that's it for now. I'm here in the front garden of my urban cottage garden. And this is really beautiful how the hydrangea in here in the front is starting to bloom out, and there are quite a few blooms here. I'm very excited about this because this is the first time this hydrangea in the corner in the front is actually flowering. And it was propagated from one of my other hydrangeas. I believe that this one is bridal bouquet, and it took about, I would say, 2 to 3 years for it to get to this size, this height, and actually to be flowering in the front garden here. I really love this, how this corner looks, because of the leaves of the bearded iris, the grassy leaves of the daylily, Stella d'Oro, which is now opening up, and then also my tick seed here is about to release its blooms as well. So this is a beautiful corner here, and then it's backed by the euonymus, which looks like it wants to grow into a tree. I should actually limit up, take off the side shoots there and actually allow it to become just that which it wants to be, which is a tree. Next to it I have my hydrangea tree. I believe it's a PG hydrangea tree, and it has survived. It's been struggling, but it's actually leafing out, and so I'm very happy about that. So here are the Stella d'Oros. This is like the first bloom. Actually, it is the first bloom, or these are the first blooms for the daylilies. I love how this looks, because I'm going to have from here these beautiful blooms starting from this one here and moving all the way over and through. I want to go into this area here and show you this beautiful rose in the background. On this side, I have the rose, Queen Elizabeth, which is just growing taller and taller. But on this side, I have this beautiful rose. and it has been grown on its own root. Its own roots. It's not a grafted rose bush. So this is a good rose to make cuttings from. I don't know the name of this rose, but I purchased it from QVC, and it was on its own roots. When I planted it, it wasn't a bare root rose, and it's really beautiful. I'm thinking very much of propagating it and putting it in another part of the garden. This year it has really showed up. In the past I thought it had died back and that I wouldn't have it, but now it is just so beautiful. It makes me want to have more of it. I don't think it is a Queen Elizabeth, and I don't know what it is. As I said, I bought it a while back before I really started thinking about flowers. But I do and really would like to have it someplace else in the garden. I see things budding out or about to flower, and right there I have Echinacea, and it will be blooming soon. Now these perennial bachelor buttons, what I need to do is I need to cut it back. They say that it seeds really quickly and it will seed all over, but I haven't really seen that happen. So I think that I'm going to let it dry out, and then I will cut it back hard and let it then grow out again. It'll probably have a second flush, but by that time these bee balm will probably be flowering, so that will hide the fact that there is no real color here. I still like the purple blooms of this bachelor button. It's cute. It's so bright that it is eye-catching. But in the meantime, I do have these dianthus that are coming up, and I love their color. Now I need to transplant these cosmos that I planted from seed in the container, and I'm a little hesitant, but I shouldn't be. I need to actually divide them in the garden. I might just put some right around here and right there where the pot is. My zinnias are doing really well here, and I planted these from seed. I like how they look. They look bushy, and they look like they're gaining a bud. It's cooled off considerably here in the garden, and so the plants will get a chance to catch themselves and to grow. Over here is also cosmos from seed, and I did plant that in, and they look very sturdy there, so maybe I need to get with it with the other one and plant it in too. Maybe that's a job for me to do tomorrow. next I'm going to plant out these cosmos, and they're the shorter kind. I have them in the pot, but I don't want to leave them in the pot, and they seem to be a little more sturdy now, which is great. I had some in a pot before and I planted them out here, and these are looking real good. They've been in the ground for a while, so I want to put the others that's there in the ground, and that I think it's going to look really cute. So this is a dwarf cutesy cosmos, and I'm going to put it right here near the zinnias, the okra, and the nasturtium, and the kale. And that's a dianthus. Those are dianthus there. So we put it right here, and I'm going to put some right here as well, and one right here, some right here, there, and let's put some right here too as well. So I'm going to kind of divide them out in bunches. So I have it here. So here are the pumpkins, seedlings that have germinated here from that pumpkin that I had grown last year in the garden. And you can see the mound of compost here that's left back. And so these seeds, you can see one of the seeds right here. We're just tossed here and covered lightly, and now creating all of these pumpkin seedlings. So I want them to get their second leaves, and then I'm going to transplant them to different parts of the garden, leaving some here, but putting some in the front garden, the side garden, the back garden, the veggie patch, and just let them trail and see how many pumpkins I'm going to have from that one pumpkin that was grown last year in my garden. I think this is very powerful, knowing that if you plant it and save the seeds, and toss them out for the next year, that you will have more. So from one pumpkin has come many, many plants, and the possibility of many pumpkins. I'm headed over to the plum trees. Over here, I noticed that there were ladybugs on the tree, because this tree had been filled, I think, with aphids, both of them. And as I was looking at the tree, I saw what I think are ladybugs on the tree. Now, I can see them all around here. I am very grateful to see the ladybugs, because my tree had been covered, I think, with these aphids. And so now, with the ladybugs eating them down, I know that the tree has a chance to survive. And also my other tree as well. By the way, check this out. These are the microgreens, and they have bolted and now are turning to seed. But in the meantime, the beautiful yellow flowers are adorning this area here with the sweet corn. I'm going to have to come in and harvest heavy these lemon balm here. And just as I had wanted, they are growing up on this side underneath the same tree, which is fantastic. Now my other tree, let's take a look and see. So this is the yellow egg. The yellow egg plum tree. So let's take a look and see. This other plum tree. Now this other plum tree was loaded with plums, but I still see things underneath it. But the plums have disappeared. This is a Stanley plum tree, but I do see ladybugs on it. So I believe that they've come through and have eaten up the aphids or whatever bug was there. But before it left, they ate my plums, I think. I don't know. We will see. I think I saw like 1 or 2 plums still on the tree, but the amount of plums that I had seen initially are gone.
If you have not subscribed to Catherine's Garden and Home, what's keeping you back? Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell for more videos to come. This is such a wonderful time of the year, and there's so much beauty happening in the garden. So I want to share it with you, and I want you to be part of this wonderful gardening community, part of my gardening friends. Come on, let's grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's Garden and Home. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and see you next time right here in Catherine's Garden and Home. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.